Hi foxes and badgers, it's Mrs. Martin here, ready to take you through a few of the arithmetic questions. So hopefully you've already had a go at the test and you have marked it to see how you've got on. I'm just going to show you how I would have solved these problems. So for some of them you might think, oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. I might not have done it like that. And that's okay, but it's good to know different methods that you could have used to solve the problem. So let's have a look. We're going to do questions 22 to 25 together. Let's have a look at question 22 first of all. Now I can see from when I've had a look at your arithmetic papers and all of your maths work that you are becoming much more confident with multiplying 2-digit numbers by 1 digit. So that's amazing to see. Let's have a go at 38 times 7 together. So 38 times 7. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to partition this 38. What could I partition 38 into? Well done if you thought that I could partition the 38 into the 8 and the 30. 38. Now with each of those I need to multiply them by the 7. Now 8 times 7 is always a 1 for some reason that I get confused on. So I know that I would need to write out my 7 times tables or my 8 times tables down the side to double check that I had got it right. 8 times 7. Well, I know 7 times 7, that one I'm confident with. 7 times 7 is 49. So to get 8 times 7, I just need to add another 7 on, don't I? 49. Add 7, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. And then we've got 30 times 7. Well, I know 3 times 7 is 21. So 3 tens times 7 must be 21 tens, which I know is 210. What do I need to do with these two numbers now? Well done if you said I just need to now add them together. Have a go at adding them for me and see if you can make sure your answer is correct. Remember, the answer sheet is the last page of the booklet if you want to check on there. Okay, 23. Now 23 and 24 might have seemed a little bit easier this week, but I'm still going to show you my method for solving them. Now, some of you might have found that easier because a lot of you are very good at your times tables. So you may have automatically realised how many 9s go into 81. If I were doing this problem, I would simply write out my 9 times tables. So I've done that here. I've got my 9 times tables written down. Now I want to see how many 9s I need to get to 81. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 81 divided by 9 is 9. Some of you might have realised that 81 is nearly 90. Now 90 I know is 10 times 9, and 81 is just 1 less than that, isn't it? So if this is 10 times 9, and I've got 1 9 less, then I'm going to have 9 lots of 9. Okay, 24. Now there are a couple of ways you could have done this one. The first thing you could have done is just like on the last question, you could have written out your 11 times tables. So I've got them here to help me. I want to know how many 11s there are in 121. So I've written down my 11s and I'm just going to count up how many there are in 121. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 121 divided by 11 equals 11. Another way you could have done it, and this is really helpful when it comes to dividing larger numbers, is I could partition that 121. What I really need to think about though here is what I'm going to partition it into. Would it make sense for me to partition it into 100 and 21. No, that wouldn't make sense because 100 is not in my 11 times tables. I do, however, know that 110 is in my 11 times tables. That is in fact 10 times 11. So I'm going to partition it into 110, and then how many will I have left over? Well done. If you realise I would have 11 left over. And then with each of these, I just need to divide them by 11 and see what they get. So 110, if I divide that by 11, is going to give me 10. 11 divided by 11 is 1. So if I've got 10 and 1, that gives me an answer of 11. So you can either use writing out your times tables or partitioning. Partitioning will particularly help you when it comes on to doing those larger numbers. So particularly when we go on to dividing 3-digit numbers by 1 digit. Okay, and question 25. So multiplying 3 digits by 1 digit. So this time it's very similar. I'm just going to partition this number into 3 parts. So one of my parts is going to be 100. One of my parts is going to be the 80. And one of my parts is going to be the 6. 186. That makes sense, doesn't it? 186. Now I just need to multiply each of those by 3. 6 times 3. Well done if you realise that was 18. 80 times 3. Well, 8 times 3 is 24. 80 times 3 would be 240. And I know that you'll all have done this one super speedily. 100 times 3 is, of course, 300. And all that's left for me to do is to, that's right, add them together. So if you made any mistakes when you did your test, don't worry, have another go now for me and see if you can correct them.